So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least.
Do you have somewhere to go?
As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest.
Why will this Russian person know Japanese?
The matter warrants further investigation, I believe, and if I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Why are you on this boat then? Oh,
Oh, but-
I suppose.
Well, he says if he's still too long, so he just like has to move a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, if he is. I love how she isn't looking at him.
She's looking at
You-
them.
You can. She's looking like to his right.
Yeah, and like he's looking.
She's looking at the corner of the room.
Yeah, so is he.
Yeah.
You're
You
thinking
can change the eyes of the models.
cabin
Sorry.
next door, which the ventilator connects to.
Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon
I
enough.
need to work my brain or else I'll die. Do you think
Here's
perhaps
some Sudoku.
that we could go with you?
No, fuck you. That would be somewhat complicated.
But wait, but why?
You have handcuffs, you idiot. Yep. You have handcuffs, you idiot. Yeah,
Oh.
it does.
These.
After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No?
There's no point in trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place.
Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point.
That's true. You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago.
Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I will have no cause to say such a thing. I just think you are a killer. Doesn't mean you killed this guy.
Well, actually, Mr. Shums, I did hear you say that too.
You're quite sure? Wow, that's very strange. I would have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really.
So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are.
Well, anyway, that was then, and this is now.
What do you mean?
Can you imagine saying that in the court of law?
What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate.
Really is the pet, isn't he?
No, it's just being plain rude.
Teleported.
And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. I love that acknowledgement, thank you.
Nanaho-san, what are you just standing there for?
Huh?
We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well.
Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can...
Yeah.
Okay, you made your point very clear.
Just throwing you into.
After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate?
As if he gave me any choice in the rolling over part.
You.
I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door.
Good idea.
The situation doesn't look good for me. There are still things I can do to help myself. I owe to Cosmo to do everything I can to find a way out of this and bring the real culprit to justice.
Have we seen the ink?
The
The ink itself?
No, let me try. Can't.
Oh, you can't just gonna. Oh.
No. It's only when the crosses is like light blue like this.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
So they did say that we have him. Do we investigate the grate again?
Oh wait,
Now that they s- oh,
the table.
There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason.
Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute.
What is it?
That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. Was the freaking chicken laced? The chicken was
It
laced.
might have been.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama.
I didn't lace the chicken though. No. Don't throw me.
Hmm.
A chair too. Seigi. Japanese word for justice. Oh, that's the scroll.
Oh, okay.
Brush strokes straight and true, just like Kazuma.
Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. That's a strong chair.
Exactly.
Yes, his calligraphy was always a reflection of his heart. Yet can you really look at those characters without feeling shame? Knowing who drew them so thoughtfully?
Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Don't throw me.
Even though you stowed away on the ship?
Now are you going to bring that up, are you? I can't win. Nope.
Okay.
What about the other chair?
Sig.
Seigi.
The
Japanese
megaphone.
chair. Well, doesn't seem to be anything else.
The
in here.
megaphone, the thing that
Oh,
does
no.
the call?
No.
No, okay.
It's the intercom
Can we
system.
talk to the guy again?
Excuse me, can I please leave?
Oh, the door.
Yeah, I just noticed that too.
The
I was wondering if I could ask you a favor.
RPG should be this guy if he's a temporary character.
Yeah.
Just until we find someone.
Yeah, RPG, you be the extras
I'm
now.
actually kind of enjoying this. To be
No,
honest.
shut up. You're gonna read. Would you mind if I
I'll just do
investigated a little
RPG
outside?
first, and then I'll just leave.
I'm not very good with Russian accents though.
You just say normally a little bit lower, but you say normally, but you sound like you're reversing what you're saying.
Roll your
Like
R's
you really
too.
want-
You told
But
me
not too.
Japanese people do not make jokes, but it's not true. I see.
Yeah, that's fine. That's passable. Sorry.
Didn't we already say this?
Say
Yeah,
that.
we already said this.
Yeah.
Because we already talked to him.
The criminal. Yeah. We're in the middle of the sea. Yada yada. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we just did this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's new.
Hong Kong police.
That's new though.
You stay in this cabin until next port. Then it is up to Hong Kong police to decide what they do with you. You stay.
So I am a pet. Okay.
Pet.
All right. There's no point in trying to appeal to this man's better nature. That's for sure. The door lock.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are pet.
When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. Even she. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this.
Do you think the ballerina went through the grate?
What? Oh,
Thin enough.
If probably.
Ballerinas are usually pretty thin.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
working with the murderer.
oh, perhaps. Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly.
He also went stole into a trunk just like Yonosuke, and that's gonna be relevant.
There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid.
When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles up and down my spine. Oh. Oh, is it?
Hey, look, it's RPG.
Yeah, RPG, you get to do him again.
Oh, lovely.
I love that sprite.
Do you mean he wasn't there before, was he?
That's what I thought.
Why don't we try talking to him?
Excuse me, Inspector Hosonaga, is that you? Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again, but I suppose I could try.
Is he undercover?
Excuse me, Inspector, is that you?
He's everywhere.
Is that?
Oh my god.
Castaways. We are castaways.
Oh my god, is it actually?
It might actually just be the same guy.
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
Oh no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I kind of have a feeling like I've seen him somewhere before.
Is this like a Nurse Joy, Officer Jenny situation?
Oh, yes,
please.
You're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir.
Just lights so sad.
Yes. What can I do for you?
Oh, it's Hosonaga.
It is him. He's even in the same pose, the waiter pose. Look at that.
Okay,
Will he
so
cough the same way too?
Oh, please.
apparently we
Tell me
can
he's
have him
okay.
Be in different outfits.
I recognize that face, but it can't be.
He coughs too.
It is!
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. Ruin your wife.
Hello again.
I like how
What are
he
you doing
always
here?
Wipes his blood with white fabric.
Yeah, every time.
I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you. My heart stopped.
Nearly stopped, I hope.
No, I am dead. As you clearly see, I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and aboard this ship.
Who did you
My
give
brother
your
Just
card
said
to
that
this
it's really-
time?
It's really funny that in the first case, RPG decided not to be Hosonaga, and then there is a character that RPG has to voice, and he's the one that he doesn't
Yeah.
chose not to
It's
voice.
the same fucking guy
Turntables.
Again?
Tables.
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask.
Uncuff me, please.
Yep.
I never expected to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation.
That's why he always coughs of blood.
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird.
So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
It's classified.
Classified. I'm so sorry.
RPG, stop doing the thing with your wheel.
Ow, ow,
Just
my
for
neck.
the hell
Oh,
out of
oh,
you.
my neck.
All I hear is, I'm sorry, and then...
This is all.
The
my
murderer
fault.
is
I
just
take
cracking the
full
necks of everybody in the boat.
For what?
My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard.
Uh-huh.
Well, that worked out, didn't it?
Oh no! Fuck you! You suck! It was Minister of Justice Jikoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated.
Assassinated?
So why
How,
did you?
think
Why
I
did you
failed.
know?
how could that have even been a possibility?
I'm not sure.
By the way, guys, quick question. The difference between, or when does a murder become an assassination? Any of you guys know that?
When someone paid you for it,
Or not really, no.
hired you to do it.
No, assassinations are typically politically motivated.
No, usually the term is just if you paid someone to do it for you.
Mm-mm. That's still murder.
Well, it is murder, but it's paid, which is why they call them assassins. They're called assassins because they pay
Well,
someone to
technically,
kill
though,
someone.
murder becomes an assassination
anyone.
when it is
There's
politically
hitmen
motivated.
As well.
You know, killing
also
is
hitman.
killing and killing is wrong.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, regular people aren't
Killing is
assassinated.
bad.
Politicians are
Wrong.
assassinated.
Killing is badong.
Badunk.
You have you never seen Kung Pao?
Hey man, did you hear that
been a
he
while.
killed this guy? Yeah, with badonkers.
No, okay.
If I ever manage to go to Canada, the first movie I'm watching with Shu and Matt is Kung Pao.
Yes. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. I was clearly not prepared for all eventualities.
This is incredible.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated politically?
Let's just really drive it home. I couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort.
My hand.
I am undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I don't know why I don't put down my other arm.
So you just scream Inspector Hosonaga in front of the other crewmate of it.
And his name badge just like says like crew member Hosonaga, totally not Japanese or something like that.
As long as he doesn't hand out his business card to everyone.
Hosoganov. And I didn't take my eyes off of him the entire time we've been up on board, from morning until night, every day. Except for... But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck.
That's interesting, because now that kind of drives the idea that someone crawled through the vent.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, it has to be, because the door was locked.
I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I suck. All I can do is humbly apologize.
Inspector.
The sailor hat does not fit you at all.
No.
If there's anything that I can do to help now,
Uncuff me.
just
You know who
say
he
the
reminds
word.
me of?
The word.
What's that show called? Sakamoto desu ka?
Oh yeah, he does kind of look like Sakamoto.
We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves.
I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer?
Of course not.
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door.
Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin.
I'm
You
sorry.
have no power here. What?
You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you knew to even touch the handle of the cabin door,
That guy's gonna suplex you.
Hi.
that stormy-looking seaman there will surely snap your neck in two.
Oh,
What's going to...
I
strong
suppose I'm
semen.
not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well.
Would it be possible
If we change outfits.
to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example,
The
I'd do
journal.
everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to.
You're gonna die anyway. But I don't see how.
Like, oh no!
I still want to know why he's coughing up blood.
Maybe a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo.
You open the court record and then you give him the evidence.
Uh-huh.
By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Oh my god.
Evidence. Evidence.
It's just the same
What
as when
is-
you're in court.
It's
Evidence.
unprecedented.
Evidence.
You must have done it many times during your trial.
Evidence.
What is evidence?
Evidence.
Simply select the present. I was gonna say present.
I have a present for you.
Simply select
that.
the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use.
So, evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin. Alright, yes. I think I know what we can use. Let's see if I can present the detective with the evidence he needs to persuade the captain.
Yeah, this
Sure.
is
For you.
I got a present for you.
Suited.
It's a diary. Okay. That's all there is.
Whistling sound.
You've never seen a book before?
What's that?
何これ? Cosmo's diary.
Omae wa mo shinderu.
Nani?
Nani?
Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Opai ga suki.
Oh. Oh no, he's not gay after all.
He saw the ballerina probably.
Strange.
Verge.
In what way?
Happy Visible
Well,
Bi month, by the
what
way.
looks like
Wait.
some kind of
You're reading the wrong box, Sato. The one is red.
I thought Sholmes
She's-
took the.
No, you
No,
just
no,
have
he
stuff in your
just
court
yeah.
record. She
Okay,
probably
well-
wrote what was written.
He
Maybe
just read it like an asshole.
he wrote what looks
Oh, sorry.
like old speckled band in the ventilator grill.
Something.
A speckled band? That is strange.
I think they just hid, but then the thing.
Mm.
Oh, do you think is the same reason why the books fell over? The boat had to stop, and then the crown just slid into his room, and then they had to
it might have been.
grab it.
That could have been a case of it.
Yeah, that might be.
But everything is shifted like slightly to the left.
Yeah, the books
crown
were
would
like-
had to be shifted to the right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Because like the books were like tilted to the left. They fell over to the left.
Yeah, even if, like everything off of the table is to the left. Kazuma is down on the ground to the left.
So I don't know.
Right.
Like, see all the books are on the desk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
shifted to the left, meaning that the boat could have turned towards the other room, but then the crown wouldn't have come into.
Well, maybe it did like
No,
maybe
no,
it did
no,
like
no,
a
no,
tilt
no,
the one
no.
way and then the other way.
If the boat tilts to the right, then the sudden shift tends to force things to the left.
Yeah, that's true.
But it would have to
So-
correct itself in order for it to
And
shift
when
to
it
the left.
when it corrects itself, then the tiara could fall
Mhm.
over.
Yeah, that's what I was saying right now. Yeah,
Ugh, I hate physics.
that's what I
But
meant.
why was the tiara up by the vent? That's the thing.
Well,
They probably hid it for
they
some
stole and
reason.
they hit it. Yeah.
It's probably more connected to the whistling sound than to the
Mhm.
phone.
Yes, we're still trying to trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is,
Don't
RPG.
tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're
Sorry, I
very
had to
astute,
burp.
Inspector.
don't be
You
shy.
can just burp on Mike. He's gonna give a lot of character to Hosono.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank goodness they
Oh,
outlined
sorry.
it in red so we can know exactly where it is.
Huh?
That ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. You can breathe each other's farts.
That's
I
right.
heard them in there last
So
night.
if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was.
You wish to smell their farts, do you? Alright then.
Alright. My handy.
You wanna
tells
smell
me
farts?
that
What?
I should believe you.
I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next revive. Yeah.
You can know.
Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about
That's
it.
why it's alive.
The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
No, fuck you. Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area, I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though.
But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders?
I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do.
Thank you.
Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move, and we can leave this cabin at last.
Move.
Just
All right.
select the move button.
I like
Let's
to
see
move
what we
move.
can find out.
Are you going to step on the mousetrap by the door that we saw
Yeah,
earlier?
probably. So there was nothing here? No. Okay.
No.
We looked at everything.
No.
No, just doing a little sweep of the... I mean, it's not
Mhm.
going to send us into trial without having every piece of evidence that we need, so...
Our dear Kazuma-sama would have said.
We already
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
that.
I just wanted to make
That's
sure
probably
there's a
gonna
check mark there.
be now with the.
On the diary, for Kazuma, yeah. It's the same thing.
No, that there
Yeah, this
it
is new.
different.
This is new, yeah. We know this.
dangling, so it clearly...
Did they tie it to like the thingies there?
I mean, it's a tiara, it could have just been stuck.
Oh yeah, true. Speckled band from the ventilator. We really do need to get into the cabin next door, seeing as that's where the ventilator connects to.
Yes, I agree with you.
Okay, so this is really
This could probably not even have a court part. It could be just a tutorial of the investigation method.
Well, we probably have to convince someone.
Yeah, but we are stuck in here. It's not like we're gonna talk in Chinese in Hong Kong.
Well, that would be English too. That's also.
Well, they may have an impromptu court on the boat.
No, they said they were gonna like do that in the next part, which would be Hong Kong, which could.
So I feel like this was just.
It could be like when the investigation is over, it's like, oh, we've reached Hong Kong. It's time for your trial now.
I feel like this is just gonna be investigation and presenting end of court part. Yep, that was a monster truck. There's a big
7 a.m.
cheese.
That is.
All
A lot
right.
of cheese.
Phew. I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation.
I mean, it is pretty nice.
Indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin, and why he was assassinated politically, mind you. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation and steerage.
Really? That must be awful. Says the guy who slept in a closet.
No.
Anyway.
Oh.
Hey, look, it's RPG.
Look over there!
Oh no.
There's another crewman keeping
Outfit.
watch, and he looks enormous even if he's sitting down.
Oh yeah, he just looks like his face is striped.
Yeah, like, nice,
The door
nice
next
tagline.
to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
Or leaves. I suppose, like people in handcuffs?
No.
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
We're stuck in the cabin.
Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside the little wardrobe.
It must have been a very trying time for you.
Thank God. So at least we know that Yunosuke is not claustrophobic.
Please, don't give me that pitying look. By the way, wasn't he also shoved into a closet in the first case after the shooting?
Let's examine that big bright blue thing.
Ship something. That's a huge book on top of the table there. And there's a pen next to it. Was it like a guest book?
The list of... Yeah.
Yes,
That was a log, yeah.
that looks like the ship's log.
Shall I have a little look through it?
The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
I wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such a beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment.
I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Yeah, but not judging by reaction the other sailor gave me when I asked him about it.
So basically nobody went through the corridor.
Did you guys like not pay attention or anything? Were you guys like making out somewhere and like no one was on guard?
You mean like the guards from Undertale?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Identify your smell.
That's the way to the second class area of the ship.
Huh.
Is something wrong?
I was thinking about making a run for it, just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me.
I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the door handle. That burly seaman would surely shoot you dead.
How's it going?
Here's the gun.
No,
I don't know.
death punch. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there.
He's
No,
just he just makes finger guns and then pokes you in the head and he explodes.
No, I started with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Cosmo's death remains a mystery anyway. That's true. Excuse me.
That's the... Chew! Actually, Chew, can you voice that guy?
Excuse me, but could I ask you something?
You little stowaway murderer!
The most dainty voice you can do.
He has
The most what?
Dainty voice. Yeah.
He has like kawaii eyelashes and stuff.
You little stowaway murderer!
Actually, should we try Uwu talk for him? That was the good start, was it?
Alright, let me start. Oh god, I'm gonna talk to myself. Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
Try Uwu talk for him.
Yep.
You little... You little toy guy ladies maid.
You little toy guy lady maid. Oh, that's rude. That's rude.
Aww.
We seem to have caught the sailor in a bad day, so settle down.
I am not Sailor. My mother gave me name. I am Senior.
You've strung up.
I am Senior Cool Man. Beefsteak.
The best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think.
Let's talk to him some more.
Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area.
Here we are with finest part of Booyah steamship for very important persons.
What's not very important persons?
Government officials, kings, queens, traveling in secret, many important persons.
Twaveling.
That is why I'm always guarding this place.
Gosh, that's amazing.
But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside.
Only two of them.
I wanted to pick you up and throw you in ocean, but Stroganoff is not animal.
Aminal. Thank you?
Aminal.
If I may, I was wondering... Is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied? Da!
Sasato-san, did you understand that?
It sounded like da.
Duh.
I think it's probably Russian for yes. Or no.
Genius.
It was not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Well, it sounds like there's somebody in the next door cabin at least.
Yes, it's tantalizing.
Are we shown it's there?
Probably, yeah. Who's in there? Tell me. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next door to Mr. Sogi's? Yet.
His name is Mr. Grimsby Woylot. He is very important Western gentleman.
What?
Yeah, I'm trying
Western gentleman?
to see the pun there as well.
I've already forgotten his name.
Grimsby Roylott.
It's probably another Sherlock Holmes thing from the novels.
Yeah.
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with the murder of student boy.
How can you be so sure about that?
Mr. Woylot is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man will have no interest in world-real student from insignificant Far East Islands.
Jesus Christ. Everybody
That was
hates Japan.
harsh.
Could you tell us when Mr. Roylock came aboard?
And we were in Shanghai.
That is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now,
I'm a sexy little baby.
and I've been in Cosmo's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there.
Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right? That is not your business.
Okay. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff?
Demon.
Yeah, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out. I wonder. I wonder.
Do you think that they put the case so you really have to announce it, so it's not like just you criminals, you have to be your criminals? Because it's weird to have K written if spoken doesn't.
Yeah, and like,
So
and they
make
don't do it
difference.
for crime. It's just criminal.
Yeah, so I think you probably have to enunciate the k when you
How
have
much
that.
do you want me to do? You asked for the Hulu voice.
Yes.
That's okay. Just stick with that. It's okay.
Okay.
Like, how do you do the uwu Russian? It is sad about student boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
Mm-hmm. And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought
Oh.
that he said her. I was like, wait, who?
Susato-san, did you understand that?
It was clearly a no. I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all.
And you didn't hear any strange noises? Or sense anything was wrong in some way?
Oh.
I said no.
Not even a whistle? Nothing? Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. Yeah, all these seamen are lying to me.
This is enough. I cannot say more now.
Oh,
It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
yes, alright.
Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as English say, when the pigs fly.
Yes, I understand.
I didn't know that was a Russian saying.
Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
PG fan.
Wow.
There is a lot
RPG,
in
you got
there.
really loud all of a sudden.
Yeah, you got really loud in the fan everywhere.
That's...
There was also a
Yeah, we
thumping
get to
noise.
take a break eventually because I feel like if I laugh any harder, I might have to switch
Eventually. Do we want to look at the mousetrap?
Why am I so loud? I didn't change
Okay,
it.
you are now loud, but you don't have the fan. Now
Yeah,
it's just-
you probably came in loud because you didn't say anything for a couple minutes there.
Yeah, it must have been like, what the hell's happening? Oh, might be super sensitive. Let's just
Mhm.
go super sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
a trap for catching mice.
Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait.
Let me see. Yes, I think that's what it's called. That's what it's called. Cheese. It's
They don't
made-
know cheese?
It's made from a milk from cows.
Cheese. I wonder what that tastes like.
Oh my god, they really
Huh.
are from this era.
You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers.
And that's why a lot of Asians are like Japanese are lactose intolerant because they couldn't build up a resistance to lactose.
They didn't eat it.
Really? But I suppose you're right.
But it looks so tasty though.
You weren't actually going to try it, were you?
No. All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in
so
that
he
wardrobe.
also did eat the chicken?
No, Cosmo didn't touch the chicken. He didn't like chicken.
But
Yeah, he
said
didn't
it
like
was
chicken.
his leftovers. I don't know.
Yeah,
That
but
is.
Cosmo doesn't like chicken.
Yeah, but like he had the leftovers for the past couple 14 days and just like not last night.
Oh, okay.
That was like the one exception.
Who are you? I'll find a little snack for you later.
Speaking of, he really is the pet.
I know.
All right, go to the door.
Can I keep him, Mom?
First class
I'll
cabin
take
number
care
1.
of him
Is
and
this our
defend him.
We are number 1.
Hey,
Not our cabin. It's Cosmo-sama's.
sorry?
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin.
Technicalities. You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe we've been calling home.
These cabins are the finest on the ship. My own cabin in Searing is number 539, by the way.
500 and...
5.
How many cabins are there? Caution. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? It's so round. I like the meaningful
That's the
pauses.
emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says press only in times of emergency.
Looks at handcuffs.
It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
But the alarm brings the vessel to a stop? Wow.
That's dangerous.
Oh,
What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it.
but it's so
Jesus
round.
Christ, Yunosuke.
But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
I wish everything would just stop. This ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least making something that doesn't affect anyone else.
She's right, you know.
Yes.
You're gonna fuck up, make sure it only fucks up you.
This looks like a plan of the SS Buria. Shows each deck, look.
The Buria is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Well, that's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but... How is it such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
It is?
Well, consider
Magic.
the Japanese
Archipelago.
archipelago.
The islands of Japan?
Yes, they're not metal, but they're enormous lumps of earth, many, many times bigger than this ship.
Yes, but islands usually are
Okay.
connected to, you know...
No, let's see where she goes with it.
Okay.
I want to see where she goes.
And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
No. Okay. Yeah,
No,
sure.
no, I still wanted to see her reasoning.
Yeah, no, well, I suppose so.
Oh,
Thank you.
the response is don't think about it.
Yeah. The book on top on the table there is really easy to use. There's a pen with it too. Okay, it's log. Can we actually look at it now? Like,
No, we looked
actually look
last
at it?
time.
Yeah, no, we had that before. That's new.
No.
Oh no, that's not new.
No,
That's
Oh,
not
never
we
mind.
had that.
Oh man. No, okay, nothing.
So can we go into the other room?
Yep, looks like it. We got everything out here. Yep. Yeah, okay. Knock, knock.
Who is it?
This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever is in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Hello?
No answer.
Hello?
Hmm.
Hello?
We're out of luck.
Hello.
There's no one in there to help with our inquiry.
Beulah.
How annoying. What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a
high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman.
Oh, boy.
Stand aside. I'm about to break the door down. It is I.
Dio.
I shan't be stopped. When the fate is on me, I revel.
What? What? What?
I
Is
love
this
breaking in.
Is this a day-to-day occasion for you? Do you do this every day?
Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted.
I'll kick it anyway. It doesn't? Now how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What bray can I kick?
Not me, please. I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief.